What you're talking about here is young black and Hispanic men.
Yes.
And what you're talking about is, where is the NAACP marching in the street about this issue?
Yes.
Where are the churches? Where are the black churches? You know, this is about drugs and drug dealers and attitude and a community that is just imploding, and yet nobody wants to call it out. And I would say, where's Sharpton? Where's Jackson? You don't see them on this issue.
All right, welcome back to Hannity. That was Juan Williams on the 5 yesterday, speaking about the deadly shootings that have engulfed the city of Chicago, also in New York. It's happening here. And over the long 4th of July weekend, 82 people were shot, resulting in 16 people dying. Now, big city spikes in gun violence are leading some to ask if it's liberal policies, especially when it comes to guns, that are hurting minorities across America. Here to debate this and discuss it, the author of the brand new book, Please Stop Helping Us: How Liberals Make It Harder for Blacks to Succeed. Jason Riley's back, and Fox News political analyst Juan Williams, and she's the newest member of the Fox team, and we're honored to have her, Fox News contributor Stacey Dash. Great article on you in the Daily News today, and we're so glad you're here. Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much.
First of all, I'm really proud of you, because we have been fighting about politics now. It's getting harder and harder every day, because you are in Obama's camp. I am totally with you. We need to protect these communities, protect these kids. We're not doing it in big cities, and they're dying.
Yeah, but you and I have agreed on this for some time. I wrote a book about this, and in fact, there's a whole thing in there. It's about Bill Cosby saying, you know, why is that kid getting arrested? Why has he got the Coke or the pound cake in his hand at the corner store that leads to the arrest? And then all of a sudden you see people talk about, oh, there are too many black and Hispanic men in jail, and they don't talk about, you know, people who make excuses for criminal behavior. Don't protest against the drug dealers and the gangbangers that make me feel unsafe.
They're ruining the community. It's like a cancer.
There's no doubt about it. So, I mean, it's not that you and I have not disagreed on this issue. And by the way, everybody pay attention to Jason Riley's book. Terrific book.
Please stop helping. What a provocative question, right? Please stop, well, title rather. Please stop helping us. How liberals make it harder for blacks to succeed. Yeah. Explain that, because there are going to be a lot of liberals that are very mad.
Well, what I'm saying, Paul, in the book, Sean, is that blacks ultimately must help themselves by developing the habits and attitudes and characteristics.
But it's everybody. It's not just black America. It's everybody.
But blacks have to do what other groups have had to do to rise in America. And to the extent that a government program gets in the way of that self-development, however well-intentioned it is, it does more harm than good.
I mean, the policies Juan supports.
Yeah. Well, but Juan's right about culture. The black left does not want to talk about culture. These shootings happen again and again and again. They want to talk about gun control. They want to talk about racial profiling. They want to talk about a racist criminal justice system. They don't want to talk about black pathology, black criminality, black behavior that stems from the breakdown of the black family.
And I would say, well, let
me bring Stacey in here, because she's a newest member. We've got to be nice to Stacey.
Go right ahead.
You took a political position during the last campaign. I remember reading the comments about what you said. You supported Mitt Romney.
Yes.
And it became personal and it became racial. Mm-hmm. Why?
I don't know. I don't know why, which is why I'm writing a book, too, and it's called Not Black Enough, because I don't understand it. But to talk about what they were saying, it's because what they're dealing with are the symptoms in the black communities. And it's not just the black communities. It's the poor, you know, disenfranchised, really. And they're dealing with the symptoms. They're not dealing with the root of the problem, which is that, you know, we're spending $4.7 trillion over the past 5 years on welfare. How about spend that on education?
You know, even in New York, Stacey, I mean, look at charter schools, 80% pass rate. The public schools, 30%. The liberals looking to close it down.
And who are the leaders siding with? Who's Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and the NAACP siding with?
With the teachers'
union. The status quo. The teachers, even though school choice rates off the charts among the black poor, among black parents, the black leadership does not represent the people they claim to represent.
Well, let's just be clear. You know, the argument, and I've experienced this argument personally, is, oh, you know, you're talking about personal responsibility. What about structural racism in the United States? And I don't think anybody is saying, oh, there isn't racism. The point is what you can do to help yourself. And if you read Jason's book, Jason's talking about steps that people in that community, the poorest community, can take to strengthen themselves. And I'm just such a big advocate of the idea of doing
by the way,
those
and I
things.
agree with it. I want to put my seal of approval. This book is phenomenal, and everybody should read it.
And it's just not that they're not working. They're hurting in many cases. The Obama administration looks at all this crime in black neighborhoods, and they want to get the drug dealers out of jail sooner rather than later. Yeah. Send them back to the ghetto sooner rather than later. They're worried that we're too hard on the drug dealers, Sean.
It's unbelievable. You know, Stacey, the Latin word for education, educare, to bring forth from within, isn't that predicated on a belief that every kid, every child is born with talent?
Yes.
And all of this wasted talent
yes.
that
we are
exists?
all capable of the American dream. And for some reason, the liberals believe that, you know,
yeah, you
blacks,
can look at Juan when you say
Hispanics,
that. That's fine.
You know that are we missing a chromosome or something? Is it, are we that we have to have special groups?
Let me just tell you, I'm a big
take
school
care of
choice
us,
guy,
and
I have been.
We need welfare. We can't take care of ourselves. I come from the South Bronx. To be on welfare was not a good thing. It was frowned upon. That meant you were lazy. You didn't want to work. You didn't want to hustle. That was it.
All right. Let me tell you. And what's the name of your book going to be?
Not Black Enough.
Oh, I can't. I'm interested in reading that. Please, you guys are. You know what? I'm going to have more controversy, and I just have to sit here and say this controversial author than this one. Welcome to the family. Good to have you, Juan.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad we agree. Jason, an awesome book. Thank you.
Thank you.